What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a good 4th of July. Or if you don't celebrate, hope you're having a good 4th of July just without fireworks. But yeah, hope you guys are all doing good. Welcome in, everybody. Just gonna go ahead and make sure I tweet all this out and whatnot. Hello, how are you guys doing? What's up, Stuart? Treetops, how you doing, buddy? I saw you donated to 100 bits 2 days ago. I'm so sorry for not noticing. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. What's up, TK? What's up, Vine? What's up, Jeff? Waffle? Demon Mystery? Rafe, Kin, usually Lime, Cased, SC, Perella. What's up, Darby? What's up, Nicious? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a good day. So, hopefully, most of you guys, if not all of you guys, have seen my video earlier today. Because if you did, then you already know what's going on. But I don't even mean to exaggerate with the video title. Obviously, you got to play the game. A little teeny bit of clickbait. But yeah, this actually could be the end of YouTube if the UK gets their way. So type a 1 if you've seen the video and you know what's going on. Type a 2 if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Let's get a good head count here. Type a 1 if you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. Type a 2 if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay. Thank you, guys. Looks like a lot of you guys watched the video. Appreciate that. We do have a fair amount of twos, though, so I will explain what is going on. So the UK made a bombshell announcement. It was actually kind of YouTube that made the bombshell announcement, where people in the UK were getting a message in their YouTube studio stating that the UK government is running a public consultation called Watch This Space, a new strategic direction for UK media. What does that mean? Thank you, Treetops, for the 25 bits. Really appreciate that, dude. Let's get some W's for Treetops on Twitch. But yes, so what does that mean exactly? Well, essentially, long story short, the UK wants their traditional broadcasters like the BBC, ITV, and Channel 4, basically like their news studios or whatever, right? They want that content to be pushed at the front of UK citizens' YouTube, right? So let's say they're a fan of, I don't know, Markiplier, Critical, whoever, Mr. Beast. You would expect to see their videos come up on their homepage first, right? Nope. If the UK gets their way, all the news crap would be at the forefront of your YouTube page. And I don't even think I need to make this analogy, but I will anyways, right? So many people will say, oh, but it's just in the UK, right? It doesn't matter. It's not going to affect us globally. Guys, ID age verification, 2023, Kids Online Safety Act, then it turned global, right? This can very well become a global thing. So if the USA sees that the UK is successfully able to do this, then the USA will do the same thing with CNN, Fox News, or whatever else we got over here, you know, CBS. That'll be at the forefront of your YouTube page instead of what you actually subscribe to, what your videos are actually getting recommended to. And then other countries will start doing it too. This could become a global thing, right? So luckily there's a way that we can fight it, and I will show you guys how, right? There is a little survey that you can go through and run. And it's something that I already did step by step in the video that I made today. If you haven't seen the video, definitely go watch it maybe after the stream. But yeah, so I just wanted to show a little bit of the discourse and backlash that has been happening because of this. I will be linking the survey for you guys as well. Let me just go find that link real quick. So this is the main government UK page, and I just want to show you guys something real quick. You guys want to see where they hid the link? Okay, I'm gonna scroll through this real quick, right? Just for argument's sake, right? I'm going to scroll through this, not that fast, and you guys tell me if you guys can spot the link. Remember, keep in mind, this is the link to protest this change from the UK. You guys let me know when you think you see the link for the survey. They are so scummy. Did anybody catch it? They did not try to make it easy to see at all. So, you know, you got like this big bold text explaining everything that's happening and, you know, whatever. You got like the document links or whatever. Right here, a little teeny little hyperlink right here. Respond online. What a bunch of scumbags, dude. That is insane. What's up, Dorothy? Thank you for the $2. I don't blame YouTube for warning us about this. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is one of the few times that I'm on YouTube side, 100%. How often do you get bits? Not that often, but it's okay, Treetop. I appreciate the support. What up, 1KQ? How you doing, my man? Good to see you always. But yeah, they put this tiny little link over here, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and I can copy that link. Hopefully that works. I don't know if it works on Brave. Okay. So let me see if I can pin this. So I mean, you can go on the survey and do it if you know, are confident in like how to answer it. But I will show you guys how to like, what's called, I'll show you guys like what to put on the survey as well, right? So anybody can do the survey. Doesn't matter if you live in the UK or not. Doesn't matter if you, what's called, you know, it doesn't matter anything like where you're from or anything like that. Doesn't matter. You can actually do the survey, and I think you can actually do it an unlimited amount of times, right? So that is the link right there. I guess we can just go and do that right now. So I'll show you guys exactly what you need to do, and we can even have like a little bit of debate here on like what the best answers would be. I already did this on my video from today, but so you get to a page and it says if you guys want to follow along, click that link, find the respond link thing or thing, this consultation, whatever part of this. Yeah, you know, so you have like 8 sections of stuff, right? So, you know, I believe it's like section 2 and 3 that are more important, but I just ended up doing it all anyways. There was just a few things that I skipped because I wasn't sure if it was relevant. Thank you so much for the $5, Nova. Really appreciate that. Words cannot begin to describe how infuriated I am at the UK as a whole right now. How dare they do this on our nation's 250th anniversary? Yeah, you know, that is pretty interesting. That it did seem like a you know, weird coincidence, right? That the UK decided to announce this and do this on the US's 250th anniversary. You know, obviously the 4th of July. Oh yeah, let me go and put the link in Twitch as well. So there it is. But yeah, so really interesting that they did that. It honestly seems like they're like trolling us, you know. It's really weird. So yeah, so we're gonna go through it. So I'm gonna just essentially just copy exactly what I did in the YouTube video. The reason why I'm doing a YouTube video and a stream is because I feel like this is so important that I want this to get to as many people as possible. So please tell us in which capacity that you're responding. You know, you can pick whatever obviously represents you, but I just put a member of the public. You know, obviously I'm just like a member of the public, whatever. For age group and stuff, and they start asking you all this other like personal questions about you, I don't really see the relevance, you know, like I don't really like for age group, I just would prefer not to say. Obviously I mentioned that I'm male. National identity, I said prefer not to say. Again, I just don't see the relevance of it all. So when they ask you what region or nation that you live in, I mean, I don't know if they care more if you live in the UK. Like maybe if you live in the United States, they don't care as much, but I was just being honest. You know, I just put USA. So ethnic group, again, I just said prefer not to say. What's it called? Do you have any physical or mental conditions? Again, don't really see how that's relevant at all, but I just put no. That don't recommend channels gonna be working overtime. Yeah, but unfortunately, 1, not everybody knows about that, and 2, you know, wait, hold on. Why are you spamming, buddy? Okay, yeah. So that 1, you know, not everybody knows about that, and 2, it would be a very dangerous precedent set where a country is able to decide what you see on YouTube. You know, that sounds terrifying. But yeah, you know, you're asking more about the condition, whatever. I prefer not to say, whatever. Again, don't really understand the relevance of that at all. I mean, I answered it all in my YouTube video, and if you guys want to see the full survey, you can do it. But I think it would be, I think it's mainly just section 2 and 3, and like maybe 6 as well. Platform age. Yeah, I did all what's it called in the video. So if you want to see the full thing, then you can go on the video. So what are your overall views in the future of television media in the UK? Again, I just skipped that. I didn't feel like that was relevant. How often do you encounter news you feel is untrustworthy when online? This one, like, I don't know. It's just really weird because if I put often or very often, which is kind of true, I mean, there's a lot of misinformation online. I'm just gonna start like banning people that are spamming. Like, let's have a good conversation, okay? But anyways, you know, how often do you encounter news you feel is untrustworthy? I feel like if you say, you know, there's a lot of misinformation or whatever, then they'll say, oh, this is why we need the news, you know, on your YouTube page or whatever. It's just, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just gonna put I just put not sure for this one, right? Do you believe trustworthy news content should be more visible on social media? Again, this one I feel like is kind of a loaded question, because if you put yes, then they're gonna be like, see, this is why we need to freaking what's it called? Go ahead and put the legacy media on your page, you know? So again, I just put not sure for this one as well. If the government gives more prominence to trustworthy providers and news, should this prominence be ongoing, always on, or only active during periods of heightened vulnerability? So I think this is where they're referring to their whole BBC Channel 4 stuff. I would just put not sure, again, I'll just put not sure. There's a few specific questions that starts asking about the actual thing happening on YouTube. So we'll go ahead and do that. There is no option for no. For the person that just said there shouldn't be news on YouTube, there's no option for no on that question. Do you feel individuals, users should be given an option whether prominence measures are switched on or off for them? Of course, they should be given an option, right? This is insane. Users should not be given an option in whether prominence measures are switched on or off for them. Of course, I would want them to have an option. For this question, when you guys get to this in the survey, definitely put yes. I can't believe that that's even a question. What is your, are you worried about the impact of misleading or unreliable information on society? Whatever. I just put, I'll say very concerned on both those things. So this was a question that I read a few comments on, and this one was the one I wanted to get your guys' opinion on. So they were saying public service media, whatever. Which of the following statements most closely reflects your view? Public service media. Let's make sure we're clear on exactly what that is, right? So let's look that up. Public service media. Just want to get like a clear definition on what that is. So, okay, public broadcasting or public. Okay, yeah, let's go see what that said. Is radio, television, or other electronic media whose primary purpose is to deliver public service with a commitment to avoiding political and commercial influence. So I think that would not count as BBC and Channel 4 and stuff, right? Would this count as more like independent journalism? So I'm not sure about this question, right? That's why I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this one. So I'm not sure if this is something that we should say like, oh, it's important and all that. So I think I said like, it should not have a role in my video, but an updated opinion, I think I'll, just probably say not sure. How important, if all, do you think it is for people to be able to judge the accuracy and reliability? Again, you could put not sure, very important, but I'm just going to put not sure. How valuable, if all, do you believe collaboration between public service media, whatever, in the media sector could be in supporting people to access critical information? What's up, Ralph? How you doing? Let's call it. I'm not a big fan of Pi ad blocker, Casmul. You might want to check out a video that I've made on it. Pi ad blocker is actually very, very shady. I've made a few videos on it, I think. Yeah, definitely go check these out. Pi ad blocker, wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, what's called? So how valuable for all? Yeah, so we already looked at this. I'm just going to say not sure. Which of the following models, if any, do you consider most effective? Okay. Informal, no additional collab. Yeah, I think I put no additional collaboration needed. Again, you could also just put not sure as well. This is the end of this section. Okay, here we go. So this is, the more important part, right? How easy or difficult is it for you to find culturally relevant content on video platforms like all of this stuff, right? Examples of culturally relevant content include whatever. So I believe, what would be the right thing to do is you should put very easy on this, right? Because if you put that it's very difficult, then they will think that the way you find culturally relevant content is by shoving BBC down your throat. That's a crazy sentence, by the way. I meant the news organization. But you know what? We're going to keep it. They're trying to shove BBC down your throat. You can make it that what you will. But I would say put very easy for that. And then for the next one, prominence can be defined as giving certain content a privileged position. To what extent do you agree or disagree that content for public service media providers so they are public service should be easier to find? I would say strongly disagree. It should definitely not be easier to find public service media content on these platforms. So definitely put strongly disagree. Deep humor out of context. Nah, you know what? I did I stutter? I said what I said. What's up, Stew Dog? How you doing? Hey, Stew Dog, I think I remember you made a video forever ago during the deep humor drama or something, or when I got like my channel banned or whatever, and you were advocating for me. I appreciate that, buddy. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Do you regularly create video content and upload it to video sharing platforms such as YouTube and TikTok? This one, obviously you should be honest on all of it, honestly. But yeah, this one I put yes, primarily for fun or as a hobby. I'll check it out. Thank you. No problem, Casmo. Appreciate that. So as a content creator or someone who uploads content to video sharing platforms, are there additional changes or features that you would want video sharing platforms to offer? So if I remember correctly from what I put in the video today, I said something along the lines of, I want real content creators to be at the forefront of YouTube, not news organizations like BBC and Channel 4, right? Just to make it as clear as possible, right? Thinking about the video sharing platform you upload and share content on, do you have sufficient awareness? Yeah, sure. Even if I feel like I don't have sufficient awareness, I'll just put yes. So the survey takers will think that, or the survey conductors will think that I'm not a moron, even though I am. And then thank you for your responses, whatever. So that's how you do it. And okay, so I just gave you 2 step-by-step ones. The one in my video from today, this one I did like the whole thing, like each section, right? So if you want a full detailed thing on how you should answer each one, and I skipped a few obviously, and I mentioned when I would skip them, watch this video for sure. But again, I'm just doing this stream because one, I obviously want to hang out with you guys, but 2, I want to make sure that as many eyes see this as possible. You know what I mean? Because this is a really, really big deal. Thank you, Darby. I appreciate that. The live stream keeps lagging and pausing for some reason. I'm 100% sure it's on my end. If it's not on your end, it's probably on YouTube's end. I know YouTube, has some live stream issues sometimes. But yeah, for those of us just joining us, I mean, the UK government running this public consultation, they want to try to shove their traditional broadcasters down our throats. They want to shove that BBC down our throats, right? You heard that correctly. Thanks for the tutorial. No problem. But yeah, I mean, again, very important to talk about. I'm really, really hoping, just like how I say with IDH verification, I'm really hoping that some bigger YouTubers talk about this because, again, I'm a nobody. I have no reach. Obviously, I appreciate all you guys, but, smaller audience over here. We really need to make waves on this. Content creators need to do exactly what I just did and show their audiences how to answer the survey, right? If you answer the survey properly and they get enough, submissions denouncing this, maybe they'll go back on their word. And obviously there's going to be a lot of people out there who's going to be like, what's the point of the survey? The UK is just going to do this anyways. And it's like, okay, even if that's true, don't you want to at least try? Don't you want to try? Muda made a video on it an hour or 2 ago. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm down. Why don't we go see what he said? I am down to go and see that. Muda has this extraordinary ability to like stretch every single video topic to like 25 plus minutes. Okay, I'm glad he didn't do it for this one. A little bit more concise. All right. Yeah, let's definitely go hear what he had to say here. Let me know if the volume is good. I give him his full credit for doing this though, because again, just like age verification, just like how he has done, even if we don't always see eye to eye, I do appreciate that he is one of the bigger content creators that actually tries to do it, Asmongold talked about it, but I don't think he understands the implications. Asmongold not understanding something? Oh, dude, that's crazy. That's shocking. All right, well, yeah, let me know how the volume is, guys.
And gals, me Mutahara, and do you guys know what's going on with the old YouTubes today? Well, I ended up getting a little bit of a nudge from the old fellas out at YouTube telling me the government wants to push in some capacity.
He didn't put the survey link? What? Wait, he didn't? Muda, what are you doing? Oh, come on, man. Okay, that's insane. Why? The whole point is to rally people towards the survey. Maybe he's going to make the point in the video that the survey is worthless or whatever, which I think is a very stupid opinion. Hopefully he doesn't say that. But yeah. I guess we'll go see what he has to say.
Some level of censorship on us.
Thank you, Life's a Script. I really appreciate that. You're so funny, Drink to Mighty. That was a good one.
YouTubers and ruin the feeds for you. Now, remember like 3 years ago, 4 years ago probably at this point, 2022, time really do be flying. Back in the day, YouTube was hitting all of us content creators up and going, guys, we gotta keep YouTube yours. We gotta make sure Canada is a free place for you, the content
I do
creators
remember this,
and the viewers. That was like 2000.
So Canada, believe it or not, actually tried to do something somewhat similar to the UK. but a lot of people forgot about it because, again, what's called there's a lot of news that goes on in the world. So I don't really blame people for talking about it. Thank you, Darby. You're very kind.
22. Why am I bringing up something 4 years ago? Well, it turns out this shit is happening in the United Kingdom. So today, a big sort of like expose
How many
kind of
years ago
came
is
out.
this?
YouTube
2022.
was actually in the application, in the old creator studio, sending out messages to a bunch of content creators going, guys, things are looking pretty raunchy over there. So to give you an idea what's going on, basically, according to the old YouTube fellas, they're running this public consultation in the UK called Watch This Space, a new strategic direction for UK media. The proposals, I don't know why I sounded Australian there, that was fucking terrible. The proposals included mandatory changes on how content is discovered on YouTube.
I can't, I mean, again, I don't mean to shit on Muda. I'm glad he made the video and I'm glad he always talks about ID verification, but it's baffling to me that he didn't put the link in the description or the comments. What the fuck? Hey, thank you for the $5 Ace Chrome. Really appreciate that. No, we didn't do something similar. It's just the Canadian government trying to get online platforms to promote more CanCon, nothing like the UK. No, I mean something similar in the sense that that YouTube went out and sent a letter about Canada. That's what I mean.
Now, to give you an
Not
idea,
something similar in the concept of the broadcasting.
yeah, basically, the
But thank you for the
algorithm is this
$5.
crazy fucking set of ones and zeros that YouTube and plenty of websites have crafted their own algorithms to keep you addicted to the screen. You ever wonder, wow, man, the recommendations just has me spinning in a loop. Oh,
Buddha, I
just
guess,
keep
forgot to put the link. I mean, maybe, but I mean, that's a pretty big thing to forget, especially when you're trying to rally everybody against this thing. Hopefully he remembers, or hopefully he reads some comments about it. Maybe, are there comments about it? Yeah, not really. I don't know.
scrolling shorts. It's because YouTube's got you addicted, man. They just know exactly what to feed you next, okay? They know exactly what slop to feed the piggy. And generally speaking, any government that comes in between that usually ruins it for YouTube. So on my channel, I like giving you guys the straight up honest facts here. The reality of it is that I'm
What's
not
up,
going to be
Jacob?
a mouthpiece for any organization.
I'm doing good. How are you doing, buddy?
YouTube clearly wants to keep you glued to the screens, so it's in their benefit that their algorithm that they've carefully crafted doesn't get fucked with, okay?
What's up, Pause?
Now, ultimately, if you're the government, what they wanted to say was basically they wanted to introduce something known as a prominence regime. So effectively, YouTube says if you're a content creator in the UK, it directly impacts your future. Digital content discovery works best when driven by the algorithm, not legal requirements. So the prominence regime could require digital platforms like YouTube to prioritize and give a privileged position
Good job,
to basically
Casmo.
all the traditional
Yeah, I wouldn't use Pi ad blocker, man. Pi ad blocker is pretty shady.
dying media, the BBC, the ITV, and the Channel 4. Now why the fuck would the big black cock need the assistance of YouTube in order
You made the same joke as me.
to survive in the media ecosystem?
What's up, JB?
Well, let me talk about how things have been going, okay?
That's all
Look,
good, Casmo.
A few
Thank
years
you.
ago, actually several years ago, when I was a kid growing up, the TV was like the ultimate place that everyone gathered around, right? Basically, everyone had a TV plan, right? Like you had a goddamn TV service, you know what I mean? You fired up the television.
All right. I want him to stay on topic here.
Nowadays, we still do have things like public broadcasting TV and whatnot, but again, the control is now in the hands of the corporate big tech companies, not the fucking government who rules over the
True.
actual, media companies that were giving
good
us our
point.
TV slot before, okay? So the power has moved. And obviously, the government clearly doesn't like that, okay? Let's be completely real here. A lot of the traditional media is fucking dying, okay? People are watching news channels.
That is true. I mean, a lot of traditional media actually feels very threatened by YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and whatnot.
People are watching the old heads far less and less. If you just look at raw numbers alone, right? There are people on YouTube that have millions upon millions of
You
viewers.
struggled on the survey apps? Just watch my video that I made today. I show you step by step exactly what you have to do. And I also just did earlier in the stream, but just watch this video if you need like a step by step on exactly what to put in the survey.
A day. That is far more than a lot of TV channels, top-ranked TV channels, top-ranked media companies are getting, right? Imagine one smelly fat Indian, one smelly person, one smelly guy on the internet might be beating out some TV like shows, might be beating out some old traditional media services. I'm not here to like gas myself up. I'm a very inconsequential, irrelevant person, even on this platform. There's far more larger creators than me who basically stand toe to toe with
He's
motherfuckers
not irrelevant at all. I'm irrelevant. Muda's not irrelevant at all. He has a very important voice.
like Tucker Carlson, basically some of the biggest, like Ben
No,
Shapiro.
I would argue. I mean, maybe not Ben Shapiro because he's been around for a while, but I would argue that Muda is like on the level of some of the guys you just mentioned. 3 million subscribers, hundreds of thousands of views per video. He's still pretty relevant, man.
People who are like old industry motherfuckers are basically losing to individuals that are like, you know, leaving fucking Burger King
Thanks to
bags
everybody who did the survey,
on their
guys.
ground.
Appreciate
Okay,
it.
it's just how the internet kind of works, right? Now,
YouTube may not be the greatest, and YouTube may suck, and I may have made a lot of videos shitting on YouTube, but it is still our website to love and our website to hate, and I'll be damned if we let any fucking country like the UK try to like steal it away from us. You know what I mean?
for those people on the internet, the new people are giving real legitimate information is obviously the question of debate. But it's obviously understandable the government is
Thank you,
pissing and
Darby.
shitting
Thank you, Jacob.
itself that their old media is just not being watched anymore because it sucks, because people have lost sight into it. There's a lot
No
of
problem,
individuals
Glitch.
that don't trust the old media, right? You know, for instance, if you ever play a Cyberpunk video game, I've been replaying Cyberpunk for a lot of the individuals all for something like Cypress.
Okay, I think he starts going off on a tangent here, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, obviously, once again, really appreciate him for making the video, but like, I don't know how you don't put a link to the survey. I, I'm 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 struggling to watch this whole video because he keeps going off on tangents, but um, I'm gonna assume maybe he explains why he doesn't put the link. So I guess we'll watch it.
Counter it, it's you can probably weed out the strongest argument there, right? I shouldn't have to fucking teach people how to research and validate things on the internet, but unfortunately we've gotten to a point where motherfuckers will read a Reddit post and just go with it. Do you 100% trust some random Redditor on the internet? Probably not. You'll read a post, but it's up to you to verify it. I feel like if the government was there to
I've already watched it. He doesn't talk about the survey. What? Oh man. Okay, you know what? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he just doesn't know about the survey, but even then, I mean, that's insane. No. I mean, how could you not know about it? There's literally it's a public consultation. It says it in the thing that he read. Yeah, what? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I have no point of contact with Muda. And he probably doesn't like me very much because I told him to stop with all that quitter talk about age verification. But if we could get into contact somehow and I can let him know this, that'd be great because, brother, we need you to put the survey link so people can do that survey, man. Oh, that is so unfortunate, man. I mean, that was the entire premise of my entire video. Like 60% of my video showed you exactly where to find the survey. The link right here, and then I did the entire survey for most of the video. Like that is what we needed to do here, because again, his video right now just comes off as like, this is really bad. Is there something we can do about it? Not really. It's like, oh man, I don't know if I don't know how we can get into contact with him. Are people mentioning it in the comments? Let me go check again. Oh, actually, what? I already have the video pulled up. I'm silly. I'm a silly Billy. Okay, let's see. Appreciate everybody for being here, by the way. Really appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys to everybody who did the survey. Thank you to everybody who donated. Not necessary, but very much appreciated. Survey is UK only. No, it is not. It is not UK only. In the survey, it tells you that you can participate even if you're outside of the United States. That is not true. Okay, let's see if there's anyone talking about the survey over here. I'm not seeing it at all, unfortunately. Thank you to everybody doing the survey. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for the 5, what's that, pounds or euros? Thank you for either or movies with Marty. I chatted with YouTube earlier and they said currently we don't have any communications on this at the moment. Oh, really? That's unfortunate. You saw any fireworks today, DP? No, but I heard some. I actually spent the most of the day with the family at my parents' house watching the World Cup games. Yeah, there's nothing about the survey here, man. It's crazy. Okay, well, just want to make it clear, you know, just want to make sure no misinformation gets around. Somebody in the comments put that the survey is only UK only. That is not true. It is not only UK. Anyone can do the survey. It even says on the survey, it asks you where you're from, and you can even list that you are from somewhere outside of the UK. Anybody can do the survey, and everybody needs to do the survey. This is important, right? Again, I know some people are going to argue that the survey is meaningless and it's not going to do anything, but YouTube literally tells us if we want to help to do the public consultation, right? So we need to make sure that everybody does it. Where's the survey? Link is pinned in this stream. Link is in the comments of my last video. If you go back to stream 20-30 minutes, not 20-30 minutes, like 15 minutes, I did most of the survey live as well. Good to hear, JB Lego. I'm glad you're doing good. Thank you, Alice. Will the proposed rule affect the block channel and / do not recommend channel on those buttons? Because despite the sounds of the proposed rule, it'll be mandatory. I have no idea. I hope it doesn't affect those buttons, but yeah. Did the survey twice now? I appreciate it, Darby. Thank you so much. Oh, come on, Muda. I mean, you know what? I mean, he did make the video, so I'll give him his credit on that. Thanks for making a video. And, you know, obviously I always got to give Muda his credit for all the videos he's made on IDH verification. But I'm just baffled that he didn't actually put a link anywhere. Oh, man. But hey, you know what? He still made a video, so that's still helping. I'll take it. Because the most important thing is to spread the word, but also you have to give people something actionable to do to be able to help the cause. You know what I mean? So, you know, everybody on Twitter is talking about this right now. Talking about the fact that the UK government is trying to take control of the YouTube algorithm. This is pure authoritarianism. Keir Starmer / Andy Burnham's government is set to control the YouTube algorithm by law. By the way, speaking of Andy Burnham, some keen viewers, you know, some legends out there might have noticed if they saw this stream earlier, this stream actually had nothing to do with what the topic is today. The stream that I scheduled for tonight was titled "He Betrayed Us," talking about the fact that Andy Burnham is still going to be rolling out the social media ban. Anybody here? Did anybody here catch that? But yeah, I decided to pivot the stream. You saw that, Darby? Okay, cool. I decided to pivot and make the stream about, you know, the YouTube thing because obviously it's just more important, right? So I was just like, yeah, I want to do it on this instead. So yeah, we have a little other type of notice here that we can read. Your channel, yours, say YouTube is yours because you built it. View by view, subscriber by subscriber. The UK government is running a public consultation called "Watch This Space: A New Strategic Direction for UK Media." As a UK creator, this directly impacts your future. And again, I would add, even if you're not a UK creator, it impacts your future because every single law that the UK has been rolling out related to digital rights and you know anything digitally related, for some reason the rest of the world also agrees and wants to roll it out too. They are the ones that started the push for modern IDH verification, where a law actually got passed, and then the entire United States followed suit. I mean, it's crazy. So if they do this, then maybe the US will do this too, and maybe the other countries where everybody else is from in the chat, maybe your guys' countries will look at this and be like, maybe we should also force our mainstream media down YouTube's throat. So it gets it becomes a slippery, very, very slippery slope. So this is a 2-in-1 stream. I mean, we can turn it into one if you guys want. I can talk about the Andy Burnham thing too. But again, I kind of want to just mainly focus on this because, again, obviously my channel is mainly about YouTube. And this is very important, you know. I know Cyberwaffle made a quick video on it too. He unfortunately didn't link it either, but he did link the source / article to it. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if you... That's fine. I mean, maybe Muda did the same. But obviously, just for convenience sake, if you're reading an article in a video, right, and other people want to read that article, they can just Google the title of the article. So I don't think it's necessary for people to link the articles that they read in a video. But if you are trying to stop people, if you're trying to rally people against for a cause, I should say, just link the survey, dude. It's really easy. You know what I mean? I think that would have been the best thing for both of them to do. But yeah, I don't know. It's okay. I mean, at least they made their videos. That's still, something is still better than nothing. You know what I mean? But yeah. Thank you for the $2, Lawrence. Really appreciate that. The WEF is doing this. You know, I'm very ignorant. I noticed you guys mentioned the WEF before. I think John mentioned it in our debate too. I don't even know what that is. Maybe I need to look that up. I have no idea what that is. What is a WEF? I'm dumb. Just watched Buddha's video on it, and that's why I'm late. Oh yeah. I mean, again, I appreciate Buddha for making the video, but how do you not put a link? Come on, like that's insane. Me either. Yeah, I'm always honest, man. I never act like I know more than I do. I don't know that much. I'm very stupid. So if anybody wants to fill me in on what the WEF is. But yeah. Rich cult in the Swiss Alps. I'm going to need a little more info than that. The World Economic Forum globalists. Okay. UK is committing blank with the new PM. Yeah, it's not looking good. There was a stream that we did where a lot of it we focused on Andy. I think it was the one about Keir Starmer resigning. This one right here. We focused a lot about Andy there. And we were reading some articles in that stream where it actually looked like he was kind of hesitant on the social media ban. And then we got the news recently. I can find it on my Twitter. We got the news recently that he actually, in fact, is not only proceeding with the social media ban, but he, and I quote, wants it to be delivered with urgency. Yikes. So not good. That's what today's stream was supposed to be about. But yeah, I decided to pivot to this YouTube thing because it's more important, and it's also kind of related because it still involves the UK. So, you know, obviously YouTube is telling us that this would be a prominence regime where YouTube would have to prioritize and give a privileged position to traditional broadcasters. We cannot let that happen at all. So, yeah. Who will be the new Prime Minister of the UK after Keir? The guy we're talking about, Andy Burnham. It's already confirmed that he's going to be replacing Keir. More people need to be talking about this. I agree. But, yeah, I don't know. Not only do more people need to talk about this, but people need to be putting the link to that survey, you know? Like, okay, I don't know what to, like, look up to see people talking about this, but, like, let's just say YouTube UK. Yeah, let's just say YouTube UK. YouTube ban. Okay, that's not related. UK government wants to control your YouTube homepage. Oh, that's a horrible AI thumbnail. All YouTubers should be worried about this. I actually remember this guy. He's a reaction YouTuber. Okay. Are people not up? Are people actually not putting the link to the survey? I'm not seeing people put the link. That's crazy. Thank you for the $2, Dart. Really appreciate that. The UK is a reminder of influence left unchecked. True. Very true. You're sharing my video as much as you can. Thank you, Cortex. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the $5, Adrian. Really appreciate it. Does doing the survey many times still gain attention or just spam? Honestly, Adrian, I have no idea. I've done it twice now, once in my video and once in the stream. I would recommend not spamming it like 10 times because then they might mark your survey results as like, I don't know, unreliable or something. But yeah. Not to mention, the internet is flooded with fake news, junk mail, mail fraud, internet pirates, trolls, falsified theories, and so-called coincidences. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Not seeing the link anywhere but in your video. Really, Evelyn? That is insanity. Because again, like this is something that we're trying to combat through public opinion. In the documentation that everybody read in their video, including Muda, it literally says in the screenshot that it's running a public consultation and that they encourage you to like make your voice be heard. I don't understand how people aren't sharing the link. It's insane to me. Like buttons on the comments are glitching. Oh yeah, the YouTube is a mess ever since their vibe coding. I don't think anyone is sharing it now. I've shared it in my own post. Did it twice this morning. Thank you, Audio Pause. Really appreciate it. Thank you for doing your part. Tyrone Magnus wasn't perfect. Yeah, I heard about his whole thing with Great Andre forever ago. What if you do the survey again, but on a different account? That could work. I don't know if they register your survey results from your IP address or something, but I don't know. Sharing the survey to people, you know, and you don't have to share my video, Flynn. You can share some other people's videos too, but I would recommend sharing my video because it's also important for people to share this or answer the survey correctly. You know what I mean? Some people, what's called, might not know exactly how to answer it. Yes, it's the one pinned in the stream and also pinned in my comments for my video that I just made today. Sharing my Discord. There you go, Strawberry. Thank you for the 1,000, was it Argentinian pesos once again, buddy? I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much. I'm taking the survey, and when I did, I indicated that I'm a minor, and they say I can't. That violates freedom of expression laws. They can't restrict us like that, and even worse, couldn't give to children with different opinions take the survey. Not too sure about that, buddy, but I think they are making it 16 and above because they're trying to ban social media for kids under 16, so I guess they don't want to hear from younger kids. But thanks so much for the donation. Really appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. Let's get some W's for him. Thank you for the $5 Bite Deity. Always appreciate you for the donations. The world has gone made. I think you meant to say mad. And I don't have patience anymore. Time to unwind with Morrowind or something. Also, I did my part. Thank you, Bite Deity. Really appreciate that. And thank you so much for the support, man. Really means a lot. But, yeah. What's up, Ralph? All right. Is there any hope left? It's getting harder to stay positive nowadays. Plenty of hope, man. If you only focus on the negative side of life, everything's going to seem negative. I mean, yeah, like this thing is happening, but I'm sure we can fight it. ID age verification is happening, but what's it called? You know, it might die in the Senate. You know, I mean, there's always things to look forward to and be positive about. But if you approach life with a negative lens, everything's going to seem negative. You know what I mean? I did mean mad, but this heat wave fried me. Okay, hope you're staying cool, by deity. I've been hearing about like a heat wave almost all across the world. Actually, it is what you make it. Exactly, Cortex. I don't understand this or why people think it's good. Yeah, I think they just don't have the ability to see the broader picture, because this is potentially very dangerous, allowing an entire country to dictate what type of media is being shown on the biggest video sharing website in the world. You know, I mean, if people don't understand how bad that is, I don't know what to tell them. You know. Yeah, I've already made a video about that like a week or two ago, Alice. Should Americans participate in the survey? I'm opposed to anyone trying to control what we do on the internet. Yeah, of course. I'm obviously from the United States, and so are most of us. You can participate in the survey even if you're from the US. You don't have to be British or in the UK. This will only impact the UK. It won't affect other parts of the world. Thank you so much for the $5, but that's very incorrect. So first of all, yes, in terms of direct impact, it's only going to affect the people in the UK for now. However, if you are affecting the algorithm of UK YouTubers and users, that is going to have a residual effect on everybody in the world across the global algorithm. And also, every single time the UK is making some sort of digital decision as of late, it is affecting everyone, because that with, you know what, people are saying the exact same thing that you just said with the Kids Online Safety Act in the UK 2023. It's just in the UK. We don't have to worry about ID verification. It's not going to spread everywhere else. And what happened? It ended up spreading, right? It's called, you know, the entire point of why this is an issue is because this is just like ID age verification in the UK. It will spread if we don't stop it. I totally disagree with you, but I really appreciate the $5, so thank you so much. Still affects everyone? Yes, it does. It affects absolutely everybody. Yes, it is currently only happening to the UK citizens, but again, our algorithms are related because we all use the same website. The rule becomes as tight as its tightest location. Good point, Stu Dog. I want Markiplier to talk about this, but he won't. Yeah, that's unfortunately seems like a common theme with bigger YouTubers and serious issues. I feel like Critical is like the only like massive YouTuber who consistently talks about like a lot of the bad stuff that goes on in the world and tries to like help, you know what I mean? At this point, China has better internet laws. Okay, I don't know about that. I want Penguin Zero to talk about this. Yeah, hopefully he will. Usually Muda and Critical talk about pretty similar topics, so I think he probably will. I mean, we could just agree to disagree, Ace Chrome. That's okay. But I appreciate the donations. Thank you. I'm gonna leave YouTube and go to Odyssey if that happens. Yeah. I support Odyssey somewhat, but yeah, I mean, their issue is they don't run ads on their website, which sounds good, but that means that no content creator is gonna get paid, you know? Happy 4th of July to you too, Galaxy. I hope you're having a great day. Appreciate that. Yeah, Penguin Zero needs to talk about this one. Yeah, I really want him to talk about the what's called IDH verification getting passed in the House as well. I think that's important for him to talk about too. But again, he does his own thing. Fair enough. China's not bad after all, I guess. I have to use Odyssey until there's some signs about Haven. Yeah, I wish I could tell you more. I'm kind of the guy from Haven has wants some certain things to be a surprise, but they're trying to get Haven up and going again, you know. I think this was a deal Starmer did with Trump. They do this in first exchange for something else or as a protection. Really? Do you have any? If you could give me a link to something like that, I'd read it. Is it hot where you are, Deep Humor? It's boiling where I am and it's freaking night. Yeah, it's like, it's always hot where I am. It's like, I'll check the weather for you right now. It is 90 degrees Fahrenheit over here. I don't know what that is in Celsius because I am an ignorant American, but yeah, it's pretty hot. Even though it's 6:45 p.m. Just a theory? Oh, okay. All right, Matt. All right, Matt Pat. A game theory. I don't think people realize how much of a cultural phenomenon game theory was back in the day. That's just a theory. A game theory. Kids nowadays, they don't know, dude. They don't know how much respect Matt Pat had in the streets, dude. Which survey section is for the UK algorithm control? Just watch my video that I made on it. I go over which questions to answer. I don't remember it off the top of my head, unfortunately. Remember Game Theory wanted to enter politics for online careers and quietly bailed? I heard something about that, but I don't remember how that went. Man, I miss Matt Pat. Yeah, I used to love Matt Pat's videos. Ralph, it's okay, man. You like, I'm just a human, man. I can't read everyone's chats. You gotta not take it personally, man. Thank you, Stuart. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Zero Griffin. Really means a lot. Yeah, I agree. The UK is really crossing the line. I'm not very politically inclined. I don't know what I'm talking about in terms of any politics, but I don't know what is happening in the UK specifically over the last 3 years or so, but they've went full authoritarian, draconian mass surveillance, and now they're over here trying to control media across the entire internet. I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah, that's very true, Evie, Levi. I won't lie to you guys and tell you guys that things haven't gotten worse on the internet. I've never argued that it's been better. I just want everyone to try to at least have more of a glass half full mindset, you know, because the second we think that we can't find anything and that we need to quit, then things are just going to get worse and worse. You know what I mean? I mean, we have to point out the irony, and some of you guys already have in the comments, but I have to point out the irony in the fact that the UK did this on the 4th of July, right? Now, I'm not like a super duper patriot for the United States or anything like that, nor do I particularly enjoy the 4th of July fireworks and all that. But that's really it feels like they were trying to what's called poke at us, prod at us. Like, hey, US, we know it's your guys' birthday today, 250th birthday, but we're gonna do this bullshit that will possibly, really harm you guys' main form of entertainment, YouTube. It's pretty interesting. It seems like they almost did it on purpose, tinfoil theory, but I don't know. Yeah, thought the same. Great present to the UK. Yeah, I know. It just seems interesting. I mean, it seems like they're doing that shit on purpose, North Korea, yeah, UK, we owe you an apology. YouTube could do the funny and ban BBC. Yeah, that won't happen, unfortunately. Look at Gohan versus Cell. They didn't quit and they beat Cell, and we can do the same for all the internet laws. Exactly. Gohan only had one arm and he still blasted Cell away. I had a burp in the middle of that. UK with pushing the BBC on YouTube, drowning out the independent journalism, reminds me of Russia with their RT News. Yeah. I mean, we don't want to go full surveillance like Russia and China did, but it seems like the UK disagrees with that. Isn't YouTube/Google richer than the UK as a whole? Why do they think they can control it? Are they? I don't. Is that true? I don't know if we can like find this, but what is like the net worth of the UK? Yeah, we're not worth. Yeah, YouTube's not more than worth more than UK as a whole. But Google does have a lot of money. I think they're worth like GDP wise. I think they're worth like, or not GDP. What do you call it? Total net cap or whatever. I think YouTube's like 3 trillion, 3.5 trillion, or 4 trillion maybe. UK introduces draconian social credit system. Feel like it's going to get to the point where they try to take down videos or channels that criticize the UK government. I mean, there have been theories of that happening in the United States, so that wouldn't be that far-fetched. But I mean, I do feel a sense of duty towards YouTube, you know, because like YouTube is our home, you know. Obviously, I've made a lot of videos crapping on YouTube for good reason. I love YouTube. I want them to do better. You know what I mean? But when I see some other like an actual country, an entire country. I mean, the UK is actually comprised of like 4 countries, right? So let's test out my knowledge here. I believe it's England, Northern Ireland, Wales, and Scotland. I believe is the entirety of the UK. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. If I am just an ignorant American. Google has $44 trillion, by the way. No, they do not. 4.3. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah. So the UK is comprised of 4 countries, and they're over here trying to freaking like moderate YouTube. Like, get out of here with that shit. You know what I mean? Like let YouTube be YouTube. You know what I mean? Yeah, YouTube shoots itself in the foot all the time, and they make bad decisions, and I criticize them for those bad decisions, but don't be trying to dictate what type of content is being shown on YouTube. The nerve of the UK, man, it's insanity. Like you guys know I don't like 4chan or Kiwi Farms. I'm actually, you know, I'm kind of indifferent about 4chan. I absolutely hate Kiwi Farms. It's a website full of a bunch of loser doxers. But their lawyer is hilarious because actually I don't know if he represents Kiwi Farms. He represents 4chan for sure. But his name's Preston Byrne. I've mentioned him before. But Ofcom, which is like the UK's regulator for their online safety bullshit, they keep sending 4chan letters over and over again saying like, yeah, like you guys need to pay your fine for not having ID verification. And he just keeps sending them hamsters. See, like they deserve to get trolled like that. Like I don't know who the UK thinks that they are. And obviously I'm not talking about the citizens. Obviously I have no problem with the citizens. I'm talking about the freaking weird government they got going on. I don't know who the fuck they think they are, but like they're like trying to like make everybody follow their rules. And it's just like, what the fuck are you guys doing, you know? I actually think a YouTuber should be made CEO. Well, the question is which YouTuber, you know? Because just because you're a good YouTuber doesn't mean you'll be a good CEO. And also, I'm one of those tinfoil people who believes that to get that level of money and that high level, you have to kind of like sell your soul to some aspect, you know? Not in a literal sense, but just like, you know, essentially doing things that go against your morality, you know? I should be CEO? No, I don't want to be the CEO, man. I don't want to I just want to be a normal person. So it doesn't make sense to leave your rules like that in your country and leave us alone. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I don't understand. What's wrong with Kiwi Farms? They have 100% normal people who totally touch grass. Yeah, they definitely don't run mass doxing campaigns on that website where they try to find every speck of someone's existence. 55 for CEO, the biggest real YouTuber. 1, I don't think he would want to do that. And 2, again, just because he's a good YouTuber doesn't mean he'll be a good CEO. In fact, it's a kind of like a strange phenomenon in like sports and entertainment where like the better a player is or the more entertaining of a YouTuber they are, the worse they are at like managing and moderating. A good example is Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is widely considered to be the greatest basketball player of all time, obviously him and LeBron, but he's like considered to be one of the worst GMs in the history of basketball. Like he just did not have a good eye of seeing talent, you know. Kiwi Farm is like the safest place on the internet. There's totally nothing wrong with it. Totally. Yeah, totally, man. Totally. I hope that the UK will fail at their attempt. I hope people speak up. Me too. Yeah. YouTube should have just banned all UK IP addresses until it's resolved. I don't see that happening, but that would be quite one hell of a statement. I mean, you know, that would be punishing though the UK citizens. It's not their fault. You know what I mean? That one dude that said age verification is to protect single moms. Think of the single moms, guys. You talk about John. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know too much about 4chan, so I can't speak too much on it. I just have a problem with Kiwi Farms because I know what goes on over there. Not really a fan of blacklisting entire regions, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, obviously in precedent, that's not good. And also, you know, you don't want to punish the UK citizens. They didn't do anything. It's the government's fault, not their fault, you know? What's going to happen realistically? Well, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I'm not educated enough to give you a good answer. But in my opinion, I think that I don't think that this will actually end up happening. I think enough people will create an uproar and we'll be able to fight this off. But I hope I'm right about that. I really hope so. Imagine the headline, the news, YouTube just banned all its UK creators. Yeah. That would be nuts. But again, I would not agree with that decision. Spread the word. Yeah. I'm happy that this video ended up doing well. It ended up doing a lot better than my recent videos, or my last 2 videos at least. Obviously had to put a little bit of a dramatic title, but honestly, it's kind of true. I mean, if the precedent becomes set that like from now on any country can just go ahead and like dictate exactly what goes on YouTube, that would be catastrophic for the website. You know, people would start leaving in droves if YouTube just becomes a freaking shill for like mainstream media. You know what I mean? In fact, that's the entire point of YouTube to begin with, that YouTube was an alternative to mainstream media. It's YouTube. You know what I mean? But yeah. I would personally ban the entire UK government if I were the YouTube CEO. Oh, how would you ban the government though? Like how? I think it's a little bit more difficult than it seems. Have you seen the movie Citizen Vigilante? I have not. I'm very uncultured. They took the U out of YouTube. Yeah, I feel like YouTube themselves did that a long time ago, especially when they started prioritizing AI slop. But this is on a different level. I mean, this is worse than any decision that YouTube could make, because now we're starting to talk about the fact that other countries are going to dictate what we see on YouTube. I mean, that's insanity. I'm surprised YouTube put this on my feed. I usually get notifications for your channel pretty late. Well, welcome in, Betsy. And if you could subscribe with notifications on, I'd appreciate that, because yeah, YouTube does not really send notifications out for my videos as much. That's pretty unfortunate. The chat goes fast. Yeah, I'm very proud of that, you know, even though we don't have that many viewers. I think it's because I try to interact, you know. Again, I don't understand why people do live streams and then don't show appreciation for their viewers, you know. Why do a live stream and not read your chat? I feel like that's so dumb. Oh, you got a license for that YouTube account? Yeah, what's up, Edgar? Want the government just ignore the polls and go through it either way? I mean, possibly, but what's the harm in trying? I mean, I'll answer your question with a question, right? Deep can't the don't recommend channel counteract it a little until we formulate an actual counterattack? I don't know if they'll allow us to don't recommend channel for like their pushed content. You know, hopefully they still give us that option, but yeah, only time will tell. YouTube is founded in the US. In fact, UK probably announced this on the 4th of July. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, Light Cup. It seems like they're trying to like poke and prod at us, you know. Would you sell your channel for 1 million United States dollars? Well, somebody offered me $50 once. Well, that's a story for another day. No, I would not sell my channel for $1 million. Just remember the whole digital ID thing came out a while back. You know, the thing is, nowadays, $1 million is not even that much money anymore. You think the UK is just salty because they lost most of their land? I don't know. Oi, mate, do you have a license to breathe? Yeah. Oi, mate, do you have a license to breathe? If not, show me your ID. UK doesn't want to force anything. It's I don't know about all that, Carlin. UK wants to force American company to do something amazing. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they've been doing that with their freaking thing on 4chan, dude. The UK is like adamant in trying to make the entire world follow their laws. Like the freaking British Empire once again, dude. I don't know. Is there any UK citizens in the chat right now? Type of one if you live in the UK. I feel so sorry for you guys. I don't know what's going on over there, but like, I feel so sorry for you guys. It's just fucking insanity what they're doing to you guys. Yeah, appreciate you guys for watching, man. I know it's not your guys' fault, obviously. I don't know what's going on with your government though. It's just shit. It's just wild. Think the UK trying to remake their empire? I mean, you never know, man. Hey, it's my first time watching your live. How are you? How are you doing, Rectaleaks? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Hype Deep's video so I can reach more people. I would appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Fushi. (2026) is 1984 on steroids. This is the British Empire 2.0. Yeah, I don't know. I live in the UK. I hate this. Yeah, that I would imagine so, man. Or girl. It's very unfortunate what's going on over there. And there just seems to be a period of turmoil over there because as we've gone over in other streams, you guys keep getting new prime ministers, right? Like, what was that? Like, you guys had like 6 prime ministers in the last 10 years, or was it even more? That's insanity. Imagine having 6 leaders of your country in a 10-year span. Like, that's crazy. I know it seems like you guys can't do anything, but it's not too late or too hopeless. Spread the word. No me ignorant. Agreed, Fushi. You're spitting facts right now, buddy. Shout out to you. You're spitting facts. Who are you going to debate next? Who do you think is worthy? Dude, I'm not worthy. Dude, I'm a terrible debater. I don't really like debating per se. I just offered him a debate because he was like trying to come at me personally over IDH verification. I was like, okay, so do you want to like try to talk about this like civilized adults, or do you want to just keep being a Twitter troll? And then he said, no, yeah, I'll do the debate. And I was like, okay, cool. I mean, I honestly didn't think he would accept, but yeah, I mean, I have a much more, even though I still think John's opinions are ridiculous, and I think he's like nuts, but I have a much more positive opinion of him now. He seems like a nice guy, you know, from our conversation. Obviously, his arguments, in my opinion, are very stupid, but I think that he's a nice guy. Either that or he's a good actor. I don't know. Hey, dudes, I've been seeing a lot of these streams more often. It's kind of scaring me at this point. Scaring you to see my streams? I don't think I bite. You're too hard on yourself. You did a great job debating against John. Thank you, Drink to Mighty. Really appreciate that. Yeah, but I'm not no freaking debater. You know what I mean? I just wanted to have a conversation about it. He kept saying the P word a lot. Yeah, I know. Again, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say he is, you know, not doing it on purpose, I guess. Thanks for the 10-bit Street Tops. Why do you use Windows? Nothing wrong with Linux, by the way. Just to use it. And yes, I do read the Twitch messages, Street Tops. You got to calm down. I'm a human being. There's a lot of messages going on YouTube, but I've been reading messages a lot. You can ask Darby. I read his messages all the time. Let's be patient, please. You did a better job than I would have. I don't know, Zeph Taku. I think you might have gotten him, you know? I don't even think I did like a great job per se. You know, again, I'm not some debater or anything like that. I just wanted to make sure, like, I was fully even though you guys didn't think I was, but I was fully transparent at the end of the debate by saying I was a little nervous, not because I'm nervous to talk to John, but I was nervous to make sure that I represent the opinions of our side properly. You know, wait, what? This post was made with AI. Wait, but this image is real though. Why does it say it's made with AI? Maybe enhance the quality or something? This Darby you keep talking about on Twitch? Yeah, he's a Twitch viewer. I mean, he shows up on the YouTube stream sometimes too. Fuck. Come on, reclaim the net. I like you guys and all, but like, what are we doing, man? Non-debater with good position versus debater with bad position. Yeah, I don't even know if John is a debater. I mean, he did seem like he did have a reply to the things that I would say. The only like there was one part of the debate that we had where I'm sure there's some people in the comments who watch the whole thing, but there was one part where I asked him a question and he was just silent for 3 seconds. And you know, I was just making a joke. I was like, anybody hear those crickets? But that was like the time when like he was like kind of stumped a little bit. But again, I wasn't trying to hit him with like a gotcha question or anything. I'm just, you know, I'm just asking you a yes or no question, you know. You remember that Moses Marty? Yeah, you know. Thank you, Darby. He laughed at it though. Yeah, there was a lot of laughter from his side. He was actually laughing a lot. A lot of people in the comments and myself at the end of the debate did speculate that he himself was a little nervous. But that's okay. I mean, I wasn't gonna like eat him alive or anything. I don't think I came off in like a toxic way or anything like that. It's just, you know, we have obviously like our interaction was very contentious on Twitter because I gave my opinion on IDH verification, and then he says that I jack it to violent fetish stuff or whatever. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. He sounded like he was mocking you sometimes. That's okay. I don't like care. Like I don't take things like that personally, you know. Like if even if he was to insult me during the conversation, call me an idiot or whatever, like I don't care. Like that doesn't bother me. In fact, I agree with him. So that type of stuff like is not going to ever get under my skin. There's pretty much nothing anyone can say that's going to get under my skin, really. I mean, I just don't care. The thing is about the internet, especially when you're going to like, I mean, I'm not a public figure, I'm a nobody, but like to try to do YouTube and be like a public figure, air quotes, you have to have thick skin. You know what I mean? If you let people like insult you and that gets to you, one, that shows that your ego is kind of fragile, and two, I mean, it shows that you're gonna have a tough time. You know, you all know you're secretly a huge furry with 50 tabs open. Well, you're absolutely wrong, Karma Monkey. In fact, I can't explain to you how wrong you are. I actually have 51 tabs open, so get it right. But thank you for the $5. Appreciate you, buddy. Really appreciate you, Karma Monkey. Thank you. Hi, I'm someone from the UK. I hate my government for trying to destroy my life by adding this mass surveillance shit. Yeah, I understand that it's very concerning for everybody in the UK right now. Yeah, it's, again, I just feel bad for you guys. I don't know what's going on with your government. Do you mean your furry arc? Oh, man. I mean, that's what John seems to think. Sheesh, man. Hires the UK to rescind the proposed bill, fearing that it could harm content creators. Yeah, I appreciate that, Pikachu, but I don't think they're going to listen to you, unfortunately. Did you hear what Tony Gilroy said about Ander on I don't know who that is or what situation you're talking about. Just blew $20 on Steam sales in the second time this week. Nice. What games did you get? We can't let the UK take over how YouTube and social function. They don't need to be controlled. Yeah, agreed. Get rid of clickbait and innuendos on the internet. That's basically impossible. I like that, Ochi Terry. Appreciate that. Thank you for the thank you for the kindness and the optimism. This law were enacted worldwide, the entire world would become a dictatorship. Yeah, true. Why are they even doing this? Like docking someone for the sake of internet access? You're talking about ID verification? Yeah. I mean, this isn't about ID verification though. This is something different. UK loves to control everything. I don't like to generalize like that, but honestly, I have to agree, especially with their recent laws that they've made in the past few years. It's actually insane. Can't YouTube counter lobby the UK government to avoid this? Honestly, I have no idea. I'm sure they could, but it seems like the UK wants our help. I mean, YouTube wants our help right now to fulfill that survey and stuff, or fill that survey. I would move to another country if I could. I just don't have the cash for that. That's okay. I'm sure things will get better. I hope. I'd rather watch my own media than BBC. Yeah, they're trying to make it so you don't have a choice. They're trying to like shove the freaking, I don't know. They're trying to shove their media down our throats. They're trying to shove their BBC down our throats, guys. Remember that. Rip free speech in the UK. Damn. You guys might hear some fireworks through my microphone. Thank you, Denise. Appreciate that, dude. I can't take this anymore. The BBC? No, not the BBC. Yeah. You guys ready to pay for YouTube? Some people already do. YouTube Premium, dude. Despite the fact that the BBC has its own website and online player, they need to steal YouTube as well. Like what? Yeah. They have to be. I mean, again, I'm not some sort of political genius or anything, but the BBC has to be paying the UK to like lobby for like laws like this and shit. Like there's no way. And same thing with the other one, Channel 4 or whatever the other one was, ITV, all that. My country's like North Korea at this point. It's not that bad yet, but it's getting there. BBC has been dying so quick. Stop shoving your BBC down my throat. Yeah. BBC is state run. They are the government. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Politicians should have badges stating what companies are sponsoring them. That'd be a great idea. BBC are funded by the government. Yeah, okay. Well, that explains a lot. I actually asked them that earlier. Are they paying you? And they ended the chat. Yeah, the YouTube support chats are like pretty worthless. Unfortunately, movies with Marty, they don't give a shit. I've asked them for help on a lot of things, and they never really were able to help me with anything. Must live in we must be in Singapore. It becomes worse in Singapore. Really? I thought Singapore was really nice. I thought that was like one of the nicest places to live in the world. BBC talk is tiring you out. It's all right, you know. The only thing that gives me hope is that people still light fireworks in honor of independence from the UK. Pretty sure everyone's sick of all this crap that's going on this year. Yeah, 100%. I mean, again, I don't blame the UK citizens for it. Even they are sick of all this stuff too. To be honest, as an American, I want to visit the UK for history, and the culture is beautiful. I'd like to go there now and again. Not right now, though. Yeah. Yeah, the UK is cool and stuff. It's just, I don't know, what's going on with their government. Only reason that they targeted Google and YouTube is because they're so huge. Yeah, agreed. Is there a way to see how many people took that survey? Is it going to be after? That's a good question, Evie. I have no idea. I don't think I don't think so. Is deep humor a Labrador Retriever? Funny you say that. My favorite type of dog is actually a Golden Retriever. They always seem very jolly. Visiting the UK is fun, but living here, man. We're great, beautiful locations, but awful government. Yeah. I mean, our government isn't too much better in the United States. I mean, we're actually kind of following suit with a lot of stuff that you guys are doing. In fact, we have a state here, Utah, that has proposed a VPN ban. So, yeah. The survey is from Qualtrics, I think, so likely no. They might release the final stats. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, I don't know anything about the survey website. It's only early July, and we've already had an entire year's worth of drama. Agreed. Agreed. This has been, I mean, I've been on the internet for a long time. I'm, 90, 99 years old. I've been on the internet for quite a while, and I don't quite remember a time when we actually had to like really fight for the internet like continuously for like the last like year or so, because there was stuff like net neutrality that was happening, but like a lot of it was like it didn't last that long. But this whole like ID age verification fight and everything related to it over the past few years, it just keeps building and building and building. I mean, I always keep these images for reference now just so you guys can see it. But I mean, this is a map of the United States in terms of ID age verification laws. And yeah, not very bonita, to be honest. It's not as bad as in the last year ever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember it ever being that bad. Okay, Grandpa DPmer, it's time to take your pills. No, I don't want them. I don't want them. I'm gonna knock them out of your hand. Colorado looking pretty good right now. Yep, but who knows how long that'll last. Have you heard about the 3D printer bans? I have, yeah. I don't know the details, but I've heard about it. Haven't the breaches gotten worse ever since these new implementations? Yeah. I mean, if there's ever any new major breaches, I'll definitely cover them. But I mean, I say this almost every stream, but like, just look up the words data leak on my channel. There's been quite a lot over the past 8 months or so. Grandpa Deep Humor thinks better on medicated. Exactly. I'm in my prime when I'm a little crazy, Kind of knew the southern states were all for age verification, but still seeing northern states with age verification still shocking. Yeah. It's wild. I mean, you're right. The pattern definitely does seem to be the southern states are all really for it, other than New Mexico, I guess. But who knows? Once again, that could be short-lived. What kind of keyboard am I using? To be honest, I have no idea. My brother bought it for me in my birthday, I think like last year, 2 years ago. All right. Data leaks for you, none for me. From the elites. Yeah. What's up, Sierra? They want to leak their data, or they want to leak data? Yeah, shout out to my brother, dude. That's some real cinnamon. Yeah, I hope so, William. I hope you're right about that, man. Welcome to the stream, man. How's your brother? He's good. I see my family quite frequently. We live very close. Don't know if we will win this. That's okay. But there's no harm in trying, right? No harm in trying. Well, anybody living in the UK, did you guys get this notice on your YouTube studio? Because obviously the only way us people living outside of the UK know about it is because the people from the UK were posting it. Because I heard that everyone living in the UK saw it in their YouTube studio. This is only for people in the UK, for everyone as well. I mean, in the long run, it will be for everybody, but right now it is for people in the UK only. But remember that age verification started with people in the UK only, and what did it turn into? You have like people really got to learn how to have a little bit more foresight, right? People always only look at the immediate, and they're like, "Oh, it's okay. It's just for people in the UK." No, it's not. Think broader. Think broader. I mean, the whole ID age verification thing sent people into a panic a few years ago, including myself, because we realized what it was going to turn into. Yeah, it's in the news tab in YouTube Studio on desktop. Thank you, Stu Dog. Appreciate that. Yeah, like you got to have some foresight to be able to see what's going to be going on. You know what I mean? Like this is the one that I used for the thumbnail today. This is an official message from YouTube. They even made a hashtag for it. Hashtag keep YouTube yours. Kind of ironic that they say that though, because they themselves haven't done a good job of that. But you know, whatever. I'm on your side for this one, YouTube. No one cares until it affects them directly. Exactly. Yeah, it's a very like closed-minded way to think. VPN sales are going up 1,984%. Also known as 1984%. That was a good one. Usage for VPN goes so high that their servers crash. I am still to this day baffled that I haven't had like a VPN company reach out to me to like sponsor me. I mean, I would definitely look into them obviously before I advertise them to you, but yeah, I'm just shocked that none of them have reached out. I mean, I'm maybe I'm just too irrelevant, which is fair enough. Surprised that Proton VPN hasn't crashed its fridge either. Yeah. I'm so shocked that Proton VPN has not reached out to me. They're freaking one of their people, like one of their like senior employees was like commenting on one of my tweets. I forgot his name. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it. But he was one of the people that works at Proton VPN. It was like I think it was like a white guy who was like, I don't want to be mean, but he was like kind of balding, I think. Could be remembering incorrectly. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find him. But you guys get the point. One of the Proton employees, like one of their higher up employees, was it's called tweeting at me. Why didn't the VPN sponsor you? You're good at talking about these issues. That's what I'm saying, dude. Maybe I'm just irrelevant, dude. Happy 4th for everyone who celebrates it. Yeah, happy 4th, guys. Depends on the VPN summer scam. I was referring to Proton specifically. But yeah. I actually have heard some not so good things about Proton VPN, but you kind of hear that about like almost every company out there. Oh, can we hit 241,800 subscribers? Come on, two more. We're close to 242. I'm really shooting for 300k subs by the end of the year, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But you know, it's good to set your goals high. Imagine if they put age checks on the survey. Oh my god, that would be insane. Can we talk about the Mr. Beast Discord scams going around? Yes, I've been seeing them a lot. They're very very prominent right now. You're doing fantastic, Big Junks. Thank you, Brody. Really appreciate that. Happy 4th of July, Halo. Honestly, I'm surprised for a 240k sub channel. You still haven't got a VPN sponsor. They're literally everywhere. Dude, I'm telling you, man, I suck. Whatever happened to the bill requiring operating system level age verification by 2023? Thank you, Edgar. What up, Alvin? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for being a channel member. Appreciate that. No wonder YouTube is also concerned about this. Yeah, true. What about Surfshark? I've heard of them. I haven't really looked into them, though. Gonna do the survey now. Yep. Just go back further in the stream if you need to know how to answer it, or just watch my video I did on it. Thank you to everybody who's watched the video. Thank you to everybody who's watching the stream. Appreciate you guys. Surfshark is pretty good. Okay. What about NordVPN? I've heard bad things about NordVPN, but I don't know. I'll have to look into it. Only VPN you trust is Molbad? Yeah. There's a lot of VPN companies out there. This video is sponsored by NordVPN. Used a vast VPN. Yeah, you know, a lot of antiviruses out there do have their own VPNs. Illinois is still trying to pass an age verification law. I have no idea. I use ExpressVPN. It's not the best, but it gets the job done. I think ExpressVPN is like they're sponsoring the World Cup, dude. I'm pretty sure I saw ExpressVPN on the banner. I was like, what? How much money do they have? Holy shit. And the live stream is getting run by a good person, but you have to sleep because of your time zone. I appreciate that, douche. Sorry if I said your name wrong, but I appreciate that. Firefox has its own built-in VPN. Yes, it does. I use DuckDuckGo. I changed it like a month ago. Yep. What up, Oscar? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, my man. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate it. You watch a French YouTuber? They were constantly sponsored by Cyber Ghost VPN. I don't even think I've heard of that one. The UK is being freedom-mogged. That's one way to put it. I hear mogged as like a term that kids use nowadays. I just feel old. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? I know it like got popularized because of that clavicular kid. I honestly look at like the streamers coming up nowadays in like 2026, and I'm just like, man, these idiots are what the kids nowadays have to watch. Oh my god. Actually, wow. Never understand new slang. Yeah, I usually end up understanding it because I find it like, you know, I come across it a lot. But there's like apparently website, like there's apparently like an Omegle, what's it called, Omegle, where you like match with somebody and then you see who has like the better jawline or something. I'm like, holy shit, this is like the cringiest thing I've ever seen. DuckDuckGo has AI features that are about as bad as you'd expect, but at least you can turn them off. Yeah, DuckDuckGo has an entire search part of their website that has no AI. I think it's called like no AI DuckDuckGo or something like that. Like, so at least they give us the option, man. And I'll take it. Oh my god, huh? Yeah, it's wild, Marty. I don't know. The kids these days. To be honest, I mainly use Brave. Yeah, I use Brave for what's it called, streaming, but I use Firefox for my day-to-day usage. I think the internet should be walled off to below 13s, but respecting privacy. Well, that's the question, right? How do you do that without demanding IDs? You know what I mean? What was memes like back in 1923, Grandpa? Do you remember? Well, in 1923, the memes weren't very good. You know, they were related to war. Remember when classmates would make fun of someone for using Firefox? Yeah. Yeah, they're dummies. They don't understand the value of Firefox, dude. So weird. Mogged comes from like mid 2000s pickup artist talk. Really? Did not know that. Just got here. What the hell's wrong with people these days? It's pure madness. Yeah, the UK is going crazy, man. I don't know. They are really trying to shove like their authoritarian laws down everyone's throats. I'm really glad that that YouTube is putting their foot down though. Like they're really like, I mean, the YouTube is very powerful. I mean, they do have the power to challenge entire countries, you know. They're just a little bit more passive with their approach. Like we used to call fireworks poppers, now we got to call them snappers. Really? Here comes the money. I always think of Shane McMahon when I hear that. All right, boys and girls. Well, I think I'll call it a stream there. Appreciate everybody for doing the survey. If you still need another like tutorial for the survey, just watch my recent video. I go over it. But yeah, thank you so much to everybody who has donated. Thank you so much to everybody who's watching. Really appreciate everybody who's subscribed and notifications on and left a like on the stream and the videos. I will try to do another stream or video tomorrow. Don't know what the topic will be. But yeah, really appreciate everybody for being here. Take care of yourselves. Have a great night. Love you all. And I'll see you guys next time.